Well, it's the end of the first day. Unfortunately, CLG did not make it out of this playoff matches here in Toronto in the third place slot, but you are possibly still going to go to Worlds at the end of this whole thing, so that's kind of cool. 5 games, man. That must have been exhausting. What was going on there, Stixxay?
Uh, what was going on? Well, it was really a grueling series. Like every game, I think after game 2, I was like, all right, guys, every game is going to be like 45, 50 minutes long. Yeah. So we pretty much knew like every single game was going to be long because Immortals, when we would like pretty much get ahead in most games, and then Immortals would hold out pretty well and they wouldn't make mistakes and let us like pick them off and end the game. So the games are stalling out really long, and so yeah, it's just like really mentally taxing, especially I'd say after like game 3 starts getting like really difficult to keep focused. So
How are you feeling right now? Because I think a lot of people were citing you as one of the strengths of CLG throughout the series. You got a lot of applause and cheering from the different analysts and press people up here, thinking you were really popping off. After you have a series where you look really good and yet unfortunately you still lose, what's going on with you right now?
Honestly, like I thought that I really wouldn't care too much about the game because it had like no implications. So it was like we're gonna go there, and the only thing we get if we win is like more money. But actually, I'm like kind of sad about the loss. I felt like we definitely should have won. Like we had, I think game 2 and 3, we had pretty clear advantages, and we just didn't. I don't know. We just didn't execute well, and but yeah, I don't, it just felt weird. It felt like we should have won pretty easily because just we had really big leads in the games that we lost, except for the last one. Yeah. So yeah, it just feels kind of weird, I guess.
Now tomorrow you watch TSM and Cloud9 play. Okay, you were not on CLG at the time, but this whole situation kind of reminds me of the fact that last year, whenever there was a CLG TSM game at Madison Square Garden, TL was watching, and if TSM won, TL got to go to Worlds. Unfortunately, CLG won.
Yeah.
Now you guys are in the same position tomorrow, where you'll be watching TSM and C9 play, and if TSM wins, you get to go to Worlds. What are your thoughts about that situation, and what's sort of any discussion going on with the team?
I guess it's only like right that we become the new TL and take their 4th place spot.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I think we're all pretty confident that TSM is going to win. In my opinion, they're just clearly like the most dominant team that we've seen in a while. So we're not like too worried about the match tomorrow. I think C9's a really good team as well, but I think TSM is just like a little bit better. So yeah, we're gonna watch the games, enjoy the games, and C9 wins and OL, but if TSM wins, then yeah, we go to World, so it's pretty cool.
Now you're wearing the Canada jersey. I have to ask you, what was it like on stage? It did feel like the crowd was a little favoring Immortals because of Wild Turtle, maybe, but obviously such a loud arena here. So what was that like for you?
Well, I want to say that Riot did a pretty good job of the new headsets that we have and new like technology or whatever they did, changed it so we don't hear the crowd as much. So that was really nice compared to like last finals at Vegas. Was really difficult, especially in like team fights and stuff. But yeah, this time was a lot better. The crowd like had a ton of energy. All the Canadian fans were really loud, always cheering. The crowd cheer for Turtle was like insanely loud. Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool to see. Hope they enjoyed the jerseys and so.
Do you have any plans to interact with any fans or anything like that throughout the rest of this trip, or are they just spotting you guys on the street at all?
I've seen a couple fans. I've only taken like a few pictures for fans, but I think we might be doing a fan meet like tomorrow or something. But besides that, not too much, no.
Now, since you did play 5 games, I'm sure that right now you're pretty exhausted, so we'll wrap this up. But I do want to ask you about that. What was the endurance situation for you guys as you had to go through each of these games? How did that progress behind the scenes after each game?
Well, I think CLG typically does like really well in game 1 of best of series, and then we kind of like mentally fall off a bit. So game 2 is a little more sloppy, game 3 is even more sloppy. But for this series, I think that we played consistent for 4 games in a row, and then just spaghettied game 5.
Okay.
Which whatever happens. Yeah, I don't know. It was better than our other series because a lot of times like other series is like we'd actually get smashed early game or something just because we're like our brains are actually just everywhere because we're just unfocused after game 1, which is really bad trait that we have. But I think we kept like mentally focused for 4 games besides like random throws and stuff. But we made it through the early game, which is like the most important part. So.
Do you think it was just that exhaustion that led to the pasta and marinara for game 5?
I don't know if it was just the exhaustion. It was just like it felt like we wanted to rush things too fast, so we forced a bottom play really hard, and it pretty much lost us the game because they echo TP and then they just cleaned up kills. So it felt like we were just kind of rushing the game, whereas the other games, it was like we were playing slow, we were waiting for the right time to do things, and of course it's like whatever, it goes for like 45, 50 minutes, but at least we were doing things correctly. But yeah, that game we just forced it super hard, so it was like super messy fight early, and it kind of threw the game early. So.
Well, again, I'm sorry you didn't win today, but it was a great match, and I think everybody here was super entertained by it. Is there anything that you would like to say to any of the CLG fans that tuned in tonight?
Yeah, so thanks to everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Sucks that we've lost our last 2 best of series, but hopefully we'll do well in the Gauntlet or at Worlds, depending if TSM wins tomorrow. So thank you guys.
Are you chanting TSM tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Best of luck tomorrow as TSM plays for you. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.